Hello everybody, welcome back to our first online recorded episode of Lost. This is, if Lost is one of our regular social watch, this is how we do a lot of our other stuff. But we normally do Lost in person, we just haven't had much of a chance to get together recently.
The aim was to have it all in person, wasn't it? But
we will go back to doing it in person, yeah.
We don't want you to wait any longer.
No, we didn't want to wait any longer. We've had a bit of a break after Christmas, and it's been a bit hard to get everybody together with everything that's been going on. So we thought, you know what, let's record one like this. So this is the first one we're doing like this. So this is Lost, Season 1, Episode 8, Confidence Man.
Oh, yeah.
Tom.
Yeah?
Who do you think this episode's going to be about?
Sawyer. Just from
Sawyer.
the title. Yeah.
Yeah? It's a good guess. It's probably a good guess.
Mm-hmm. I promise I haven't watched it, if it's true.
He hasn't watched. Yeah, if you've already been watching.
No.
So last episode we watched The Moth, which was our Charlie-focused episode.
Yes.
Where we saw, in the end, we saw Charlie choosing to sort of kick the habit, as it were.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Yeah.
Shouldn't take drugs. Okay.
Yeah. It basically, Locke said to him, he was going to take his drugs from him, and he said, the third time you asked for them? I'll give them back.
Yeah, give them to you, that's it.
Uh-huh.
And eventually he did ask for them back, but then he threw them in the fire and got rid of him himself. So we've really seen that Charlie is trying to kick the habit himself after Jack got trapped in a cave, and Charlie tried to save him. Did his best. He got trapped as well, but he gave it a good shot. Right. So shall we get started with episode 8, Confidence Man?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. Let's go.
So we need to find out who knocked out Sayid, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the other big point at the end of last episode, wasn't it?
It can't have been Sawyer. Even though he's probably...
Well, they found... No, I think Sawyer was miles away, wasn't he? He was over the other side. He set off the other flare.
Yeah. And Shannon did the other one, didn't she?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Cause,
it's like...
Well, chocolate now, but yeah.
Do you reckon Daniel Craig took inspiration from this,
I think so.
From Casino Royale?
Obviously. Must have been.
Is he spark bollock naked?
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, he is, yeah. You might be right, Tom, on it being a Sawyer episode.
Well, he's already confident right then. Oh, yeah, here we go. What are they doing?
Tom, I don't want to have to explain it to you.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, shit.
My stuff, son.
Oh, dear.
This is gonna hurt.
Oh, yeah, Sawyer's done him in.
He's really done him in. Fuck that.
So
To be fair,
must
he was stealing.
I mean, yeah. But it could have been his stuff that Sawyer originally stole.
Yeah, but... Yeah, Sawyer had just been kleptomaniacking. It's not really Sawyer's to claim, is it?
No. Someone must know about...
Who did the thing?
Well, no, about this island and why they're here or whatever, because someone just bopped him over the head.
You just jumped me, man. Why? Shannon has asthma. Asthma? Yeah. Never seen her have an attack before. Because she had an inhaler. She sneaks hits when no one's looking. She's been embarrassed about it since she was a kid. If she has an attack, it's not going to be good.
I kind of think you could have gone to Sawyer and approached him and said...
Yeah.
Yeah, but he'd have wanted something, right? He'd have wanted something. Especially if he knows he's got you over a barrel like that. He's like, what the fuck?
Hey, Doc. I don't know what kind of commie sharefest you're running over in Cave Town. Down here, possession's 910. Man's got a right to protect his property. Get up.
Seen you, you know.
See me what?
With that piece of paper. One you keep in your pocket.
Read it.
Oh, he looks a bit serious.
A little bit serious.
You don't know who I am, but I know who you are, and I know what you've done. You had sex with my mother, and then you stole my dad's money all away. So he got angry.
Oh, no.
And he killed my mother.
Oh, fucking hell.
And then he killed himself, too.
Don't stop now. Get to the good part.
She did try and opt in, so it's kind of her fault.
All I know is your name. One of these days I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna give you this letter so you'll remember what you've done to me.
Well, he's got the letter, so surely he's met the son.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you instantly think, fuck me, this guy is a terrible, terrible person.
Yeah.
Well, kinda. But like I said, she wanted to pay that money in.
Yeah, but when you're that kind of person, you're right. You're fishing for that, aren't you? That's what you've gone looking for.
Yeah.
You know, if you put the thing in, if you put the option in front of somebody, you still did it.
And from what I've seen, you and Mr. Sawyer share a certain animosity.
No, he has
Sending him a one way.
He set off a bottle rocket, a signal with work
Sending him
down
towards Sawyer.
kilometers away. He couldn't have had the time to go from.
Unless he found a way to time delay the fuse on his rocket.
Oh, come on, Sayid. You know it wasn't fucking...
Anyone who
Who
watches
do you
television
think he
knows
is? MacGyver?
Yeah, I know.
Use a cigarette.
See, I want to go back and watch the last episode and see who was at the cave and who wasn't, like, at the cave
Yeah.
or on the beach.
No, hold on a minute. Just because Sayid set his off first, didn't he?
Yeah. So Sawyer.
So you couldn't. Sawyer wouldn't have known when it was going to go off. So you
It
couldn't.
would have been an
use the timer.
absolute blag, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
There was
Pure
a bit of a
guesswork.
delay after Sayid set his off before Sayid.
But not enough of a delay for him to get 2 kilometers.
No.
No, definitely.
And know exactly where he was. Like, he didn't know exactly where Sayid was, did he?
Hell, one of them you go stop asking nice.
Oh dear.
We're out.
Has he actually admitted to having the
It's
inhalers?
about time, cowboy.
No.
Yeah. Well, no, he hasn't. He hasn't.
Known you
Said
since day
no,
one, we're
everyone's
pals.
assuming he's got them, haven't they?
Didn't think you had it in you.
Unless Boone didn't say it. Because he never said it was my suitcase he was going through, did he?
He said he saw him with Watership down, so he's assuming he's got them. But
Yeah, he said it was his book, wasn't it?
yeah, I don't think Sawyer's ever confirmed that he does have them.
I'm the only Australian who loves peanut butter.
Australians don't like peanut butter.
Then we have to make Sawyer give it to us.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
No, not you. Me. I served 5 years in the Republican Guard.
I thought you were a communications officer.
Part of my training entailed getting the enemy to communicate.
Oh, there you go. That's a good way of saying communications officer. God.
Oh, God.
Oh, you fucked that one, Michael. Jesus.
Her husband has it.
Yes, asthma. I think I can help her.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh, fuck me.
It's all about to get a bit Vietnam in here.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't have him. I'm convinced.
Yeah.
He's just proving a point now that, like, you guys are being stupid.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
That's it? That's all you got? Splinters? No wonder we kicked your ass in the Gulf.
Oh, motherfucker. Oh. That's pretty harrowing, that is.
Don't stop now. I think my sinuses are cleared.
Losing an eye will loosen your tongue.
Only person I'll tell is her.
What'd he say?
The only person I'll tell is her.
Oh.
Deal.
So I'm here. Where is it?
Happy to tell you. As soon as I get that kiss.
Are you serious?
Baby, I'm tied to a tree in a jungle of mystery. Tortured by a damn spinal surgeon and a genuine Iraqi. Of course I'm serious. Just
When you
so
put it
I see
that
the big
way,
picture here
it's an
for a
interesting
minute.
day.
You really gonna let that girl suffocate?
Well, he didn't specify the kiss, did he?
No.
Jack's watching somewhere and he's pissed.
This is where he's just going to say, I don't know where it is.
Yep.
There we go.
What?
Went and drink with the rest of them.
Shh.
You probably deserve that, Sawyer.
Probably. Whoa. Someone's getting knifed in a minute. Oh. Ooh, bastard.
Oh,
the
fuck
fucking
me.
tricep. Oh.
You hit an artery. Keep still, damn it.
Oh, time for Sawyer to bleed out.
I need my stuff from the caves. My leather backpack. Go.
Oh, God. Oh, he's in there.
Can you make it stop?
That's
Fuck me.
Wasn't really worth it for the kiss now, was it?
These the right ones? I think I found the right tree, but I'm just.
Let me see. Oh, yes. Good.
이놈이랑 뭐 하고 있어?
He's so angry.
Hi, baby. What are you doing up? Are you feeling better?
Oh, damn. I guess he didn't know about the kid
In a
at
minute,
that point.
sweetheart. We have company right now. Thing that I keep coming back around to is that you want to be hated. Then I looked at the envelope. America's Bicentennial, Knoxville, Tennessee. You're just a kid. 8, maybe 9 years old. This letter wasn't written to you. You wrote this letter.
Oh, fucking hell.
Your name's not Sawyer, is it?
What's his name? Eucalyptus.
Smart, Jack. Thank you. Very much.
Focus pulled to an angry husband. There we go.
Oh, that's a cop-out, Charlie.
It's empty.
It's the best bloody peanut butter I've ever tasted. You want some?
No, don't you fucking weirdo.
Can you imagine just people just like some of the other islanders just watch them like
They've
just stick
lost
their
their
fingers in a
minds.
jar and then start sucking their fingers.
Sayid?
They look at them and go, oh, and they're the main characters. How did we end up as like the background characters?
I can't stay here. I hope we meet again.
Well, is no one going to actually apologise to Sawyer?
I mean, he put himself in the position, right?
What? Torture?
Well, I mean, he could have I mean, they shouldn't have tortured him, granted, but he could have very
Yeah.
easily have said, I don't have the stuff.
That's true. Yeah, that is
You
fair.
know,
Yeah.
doesn't mean they should have tortured him, but... Right, so there we go.
Awesome.
That was Lost, Season 1, Episode 8, Confidence Man. Right, we'll take a moment, and then let's come back and have a bit of a chat about this one. Okay, so as I said, that was Season 1, Episode 8, Confidence Man. Right, straight off the bat, guys. Obviously, for anyone who's just started watching this, Tom has never seen Lost before. Jeremy saw it once when it very first came out. Doesn't really remember it. I remember Lost very well, so I'm going to hand over to you guys. I want to know, what were your thoughts on this episode?
Do you want me to go first, Tom?
Yeah. Go.
Yeah, okay. It's probably my second favourite episode so far after the Lock one, when we found out about...
After Walkabout.
About Walkabout, yeah. It's probably my second favourite. I think, like I said, we said, you just mentioned there, and I said at the beginning of episode 1, I watched Lost, really enjoyed Lost. I can't really remember a lot that happened. I remember some bits. I didn't remember any of this as Sawyer, but Sawyer was I remember him being one of my favourite characters. You
didn't remember the kind of the kind of switch with the letter?
No. That's I think that's why I enjoyed watching this again so much more, because I think it was really good development for his character. Yeah,
he's very good at the bait and switch.
Yeah,
like making you think one thing and then pulling that away from you.
I'm just really intrigued by his character, Sawyer's character, and I think that just I just brought back a few more memories of why I liked him so much. Like I said, I could forgotten all about that.
Yeah.
So it's good to watch it again. Nice little surprise there.
How about you, Tom? What did you think of this one?
I enjoyed his backstory stuff. I think that was really interesting. But I'm going to say I think that was my least favourite episode so far. On the opposite end to Jez, yeah.
Okay, I'm interested. Why was this your least favourite?
Well, just didn't think the whole main story of the episode was very interesting. It was like we kept saying, no one ever confirmed whether or not Sawyer had taken it. Like, he never even said it, and everyone was just assuming things.
But I think the point of that is that it ties into who he is, right? Like, he lets people, and you kind of saw this in his story off the island as well. He lets people make the narrative themselves. Yeah. Like, he puts people in a position where, very much like the married woman, where, you know, he said, you know, you have to let them think it's their idea. It's not quite the same, but he didn't say either way, but they just built up their beliefs of who he was as a person and used that to completely decide to come up with an answer, right? Mm-hmm. So they didn't confirm it, but so many people were involved in what was going on. At this point, I'm sure by this point they were probably convinced he had said he had it. You see what I mean? Like, so many different people were getting involved. They probably were like, oh, well, he told Boone he had it.
Well, it's Chinese whispers, isn't it? You know, it goes to from what was said at the beginning. And it was all led from Boone, wasn't it? So, and it was hinted from Boone that he had his bag, which had the inhalers in, because he had the book. So, people put 1 and 2 together and
came up with 12.
I think what you just said, makes sense, actually. The fact that, you know, it does tie into his backstory that he kind of just let people get carried away with their feelings and thoughts and, you know, make a decision or think that they'd made a decision that was correct.
Exactly.
And also, you know, I guess, you know, they have been on the island for a little while.
2 weeks,
you know, they're going a bit crazy. Right? But, I don't know. Yeah. I think, without thinking about that after the episode...
Mm-hmm. Just as a gut feeling, it was your least favourite.
Yeah, and without you mentioning what you just said, I wouldn't have even thought of that, and I'd still be like,
Right. Yeah, no, it's fair enough, isn't it? I mean, you know, not everyone... Not everyone likes the same episodes, and slightly, like, mine and Jez's feelings about it could be a little bit muddied by knowing... I mean, Jeremy doesn't know much of the overarching, you know, Jeremy's forgotten a lot of the overarching narrative, but he knows that Sawyer is one of his favourite characters. So when he sees a Sawyer episode, he's gonna go, you're gonna instantly favour that because you know it's a character who you know will be one of your favourite characters.
And I think that comes along with my probably more negative comments towards Jack, etc. in that episode, because I remember liking Sawyer's character so much. Within the show, you know, anything against him is obviously that's amplified a little bit more. I like it. I remember liking his character, him and Locke, especially. That's probably why they are my 2 favourite episodes so far.
I mean, obviously, like a big thing in there for Sawyer as well, of course, is that, and this is like the way it's built around, right? And really, why he did what he did there on the island and didn't just say, "Oh no, I haven't got it." He's self-destructive.
Yes, self-punishment. He wants to be punished.
He hates the man he's become because he's become the man who he hated. So he's punishing himself. It's like, you know, when they torture him, it's what he thinks he deserves. You know, that's, you know, and you can get that, and you don't have to watch other episodes to get that. You can read that straight from this episode. He basically said it, right? When I was 19 years old, I did the exact same thing. I became the man I hated. He's taken the name of the man he hated to fortify that he's not a good person. You know.
Yeah, I do like that, actually. Like I said, I like the backstory. I do like Sawyer's character. I just think the main story in the episode was... I personally didn't like it.
No, the off-island story, I would agree, was stronger than the on-island story. I like learning about his backstory, but I would agree, hunting for some asthma medication might not be the most exciting thing in the world. But, you know, I think it was an interesting build about that character. Okay, what else in this episode? Like, any other standout things for you guys in there?
I
I was going to say, obviously, you got Jin more kind of integrated more with the group and stepped away from.
Sorry,
sorry, what did I say? Sun.
You
sorry.
said Jin.
Sorry.
Yeah, so Sun was it started to integrate herself.
Sorry, starting to integrate herself more, stepping away a little bit from her husband, being more defiant, I would say, to probably what he is requesting of her. Yeah, it was good. Didn't see much Locke in this episode. Just that little bit at the beginning, pointing Sawyer's way, which does make me think, was he the one that...
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, it was I don't know, it was quite a questionable moment from Locke there, wasn't it? It was a bit unbelievable.
Because at the big...
I think they... I don't know. Maybe it could be him that knocked him out. And I only say it because, obviously, we know that before the island he couldn't walk, and now he's on the island, he can walk and do whatever he wants, so...
Yeah,
maybe there's a chance.
Out of everyone so far, we know Locke's the only one who wouldn't want to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's got a reason to stay, hasn't he? And he's looked whatever that monster thing was in the eye that come through the trees, and
he looked into the heart of the island, and what he saw was beautiful.
Yeah,
so it was, he said
he's got the motive to stay, where I don't think anyone else has shown that yet.
No, definitely not.
So it would be natural for him to lead Sayid to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? He doesn't know if he leaves the island, will he lose the ability to walk again? Will he? Is he now cured? Is he? Could he leave the island, go home, and be absolutely fine? Or if he leaves, will he be back in a wheelchair again?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, like Jez said as well, the stuff with Sun, like, there's definitely setting up for, I don't know, 2 or 3 episodes time where the husband's going to find out she's been speaking to people in English. So I think that's going to happen in the.
You think that's going to be in the? You think that's near future stuff? Him Jin finding out about Sun speaking English.
Yeah, I mean, I was wondering. I haven't checked, but I was wondering. How many episodes are in this season? Because if it's not in the next. Okay.
Yeah,
I was going to say, if it's not in the next few, then it'll be in the finale. But it's not going to be in the finale. It's definitely going to happen before then.
There are in this season. It's a long. Actually, you know what? It's a very long season. 25 episodes.
Jeez.
But the last 3 is kind of a 3-parter, so they may have aired those as a really no, it can't be. That'd be 3 hours long. Yeah, it's 25 episode season. It's one of the longest seasons I've ever seen of anything, actually.
Wow.
Just staying with Sun and Jin, I didn't quite read his. I don't think I quite read his emotion and reaction at the end when Sun was getting praise for the eucalyptus, and then it kind of the shot just went to his. I couldn't work out if he was almost like proud of his wife or he was still like angry that she was involved. I couldn't quite work out.
He looked angry to me.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's like it's not just that. It's not just that he is so. I am the husband. You will do as I say. But it's more that she's starting to like integrate herself into the group, whereas he obviously hasn't, right? Like, the big thing was he attacked Michael. So everyone sees him as a bit of a thug, whereas she's now been helpful, which, they've already got a language barrier that separates them from everybody else. And if she's now kind of integrating in her own way, that isolates him even more from everybody. But, I mean, he's happy to be isolated, it would seem, right? He has no interest in making...
No, but he kind of wanted that at the beginning, didn't he? But
Yeah.
It's like you said, he was definitely looking angry, and he's not happy that she's integrating with people, because we saw her with Michael, and he saw her with Michael, but then he also saw her with Boone, Jack, and Chocolate Girl, and he wasn't happy
Shannon,
about that.
Chocolate Girl.
And I'm afraid to say this after what happened with the Noah's Ark thing, but I'm not saying it because of the way they're from, right? But they're like almost like yin and yang. He's like. They're complete opposites, but they're together. Like,
I get you. 100%. I see what you mean.
Yeah. Well,
he's very like hot-headed and like quick to anger. He wants to isolate. She's quite calming. She's like healing in that episode and wants to be part of the group. They are very. I get what you mean there. They are very like two sides of a coin.
What was your thoughts on this episode, Alan? Obviously, I know you've seen it a couple of times already, but
I like it. I think it's a strong episode. I do agree with what Tom said a little bit about like that narrative. I think if you just take it at face value, you could go, this all of the conflict on the island could have been avoided if Sawyer just said, I haven't got the medication. But when you think about it more beyond, like, he doesn't, he wants to be the villain, he wants to be hated, then I think it makes more sense. Well, something we didn't see is that we obviously got to see, he's somebody who plays the long con, right? Like, he's worked towards conning this woman out of what he wanted off the island, and he did the same to get a kiss out of Kate. He long conned to get that kiss, and he was committed. He went through torture to get that thing. So I do like the episode. I very much am the same perspective as you. I like Sawyer. I'm a big fan of that moment where early on you've seen about the letter, and the letter which is so clearly written to him because of him using the name Sawyer, talking about you tricked my mummy, took my daddy's money, and then you see that little kid and you're like, oh shit, that's the kid.
Exactly.
And then he leaves and you're like, whoa, what? This doesn't make sense anymore. Wait, what? And then you get that rug pull moment when you go back to the island and you find out actually it was him that wrote the letter. And then I think when you think about all of the content that's happened, it brings it together, and you realise before why he's done, why he wants to be hated, why all of these things, which I think it's like, for me when I first watched it, it was not as big a moment, but it was up there with, up until this point, it was like second only to oh shit, Locke was in a wheelchair. For that kind of like whoa sort of moment.
Well, I think, like you said, I was gonna say, I almost said it whilst we were watching it, like, when he left their house with the 2 briefcases, you didn't need to see him at the airport or on the plane, because you knew after that point he was fleeing the country because, you think he is, because he owes that one guy hundreds of thousands or whatever, and and he feels bad for scamming some people and almost getting another kid that was,
making another him,
himself,
right? Yeah. Well, that's what, he can see himself in that kid, couldn't he? He's even looked like probably what a young version of him may have looked like. The blonde hair and like the little kid. He's very much seeing himself in the child. What about one other thing that we haven't spoken about? What about the fact that we now know a little bit more about Sayid? We know he's got a background in torture.
Yeah, he's efficient at torturing, and he's done it before.
He's a communications officer, as in he gets people to communicate, which I think is quite an interesting way of saying communications officer.
Yeah. He's obviously gone through a lot. Obviously, with him going to isolate himself now and leave, it's obviously probably the trauma of his life in war and doing the stuff he's done. He's probably done some dark stuff. Not wanting to do it again, and he's probably
that's part of that, isn't it? Like, there's, don't get me wrong, there's nothing good about being I'm not saying go pity the torturer, but if you're in a position where, and not saying that he was, but if you're in a position where you're like forced to torture people, that has to be wearing on you. You're torturing other people, but it's torturing like you mentally as well. And he said, I promised myself I'd never do those things again, and he now almost you can see he sort of feels like he can't be around people, almost like he feels dirty from what he's done now, that he doesn't deserve to be around people anymore, and he can't trust himself.
He's an intelligent guy, and I do wonder whether the writers just kind of ignored that part just to get the narrative of the episode, or whether I'm thinking too much into it. But it was silly, in my opinion, to think that Sawyer could have hit him round the back of the head. I think anyone with common sense would have known that, but I'm wondering whether they've just done that just for the narrative of the episode, or are they going along the lines of, look, when people get desperate, they're hungry still, and desperate times, don't think straight.
I think a big part of it as well is that right now, and I'm not saying anybody else is going to do this, but right now, everybody on the island, some people want to be in the cave, some people want to be on the beach, but they are all on the same side for the most part. There's a few little disagreements, but Sawyer is the only person who has really intentionally put himself at odds to everybody else. So to think about it, and yes, Sayid, it feels like the way that he kind of, the way that Locke went, maybe he could extend it using a cigarette. Like, you'd go, fucking come on, mate, what? But he's the only person right now who they go, you know what, this guy is a prick.
Yeah.
But, you know, it does seem a little bit far-fetched that he'd believe that, because he seems too intelligent a guy to buy that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know... Sorry, I was going to say, I know I mentioned it during, but, you know, it was interesting. Well, I can't remember from the episodes before, but I feel like this was like the first time Sayid really went to Jack as the leader, because he was like,
oh, you did say that.
Yeah, you did say that in the episode.
Let me torture him. Well, he didn't say let me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he
said, I know how to get information out of people. Shall I do it, basically?
Yeah, and, you know, it was interesting that he went to Jack for that. I feel like Sayid in I don't know, 5 episodes ago would have just dragged Sawyer away and done it in the night when no one knew he was doing it.
Yeah. I mean, one thing that I think is important to remember as well that we forget about now, really, is that, like, when this came out in 2004, Sayid was like, his character as a whole was quite a big thing to be on, like, an Iraqi guy on an American TV show. Like, it was quite a... So, you know, finding out that he was obviously, like, a soldier and a torturer, like, that's quite shocking stuff. Like, you know, 17 years ago when this first aired, I mean, you know... So that's quite a shocking moment there. But I mean, is there any other?
I was just about to say 8 episodes in, we've got some really strong characters coming through. Like if you take like Jack, Sayid, Sawyer, Kate, and Locke. Probably I know is obviously they're probably top tier at this moment in time, aren't they? With people like Hurley, you know, Charlie and all that lot underneath, but
Claire,
etc. Yeah. No, that's good.
Yeah. No, I think that's one of Lost's strongest thing that it always had. It did always have it. There are characters like more than other characters, but there's never characters who I'm like, oh god, I do not give a shit at all about. Actually, that's not true. There might be somebody later on, but
I know there's always main characters in every show, and there's some shows there's one main character. But I like, you know, we watch Wheel of Time and even Arcane as well. It's like I like shows that have multiple main characters.
An ensemble.
The story goes everywhere and like and it all ties in together rather than just following like one person. Yeah.
Well, Lost was one of those early shows to do that. Like when Lost came out, it was a huge cast, like compared to almost anything else out there.
It had that movie feel to it.
Yeah. It had that big, because like you say, yes, lots of shows have big casts, but they never have. You don't get that many shows where there's such a big cast who all feel like they are in the spotlight. You know, there's always 1 or 2 primary characters, but this has a very strong cast in every direction, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Any other things you guys want to chat about, or are we good to wrap up?
I'm good. Looking forward to the next episode. Let's not leave it so long.
Well, I think, you know, like you said, I think I took it at face value at first. Some of the things you said made the episode better for me. I think
in retrospect,
I think, you know, I guess we haven't seen one for a while, and usually we kind of watch few in a row. So my mind wasn't in complete lost mode.
Hey man, it hasn't got to be a favourite episode for you. You know, not everyone's order of episodes is going to run the same. So, what is out of interest, Tom? What is your favourite episode so far? Can you remember?
Oh, can I remember which one it was?
Who was it about?
I remember saying it. I can't remember now.
No, you can't. Fair enough, Tom.
I still like Michael and Walt, though. It's a shame we didn't see Walt or the dog this episode.
You're waiting for a Michael and Walt.
They are my favourite characters, still.
Okay, that's cool.
Well,
right.
I do want to know more about them. Maybe not favourite, but I want to know more about them.
Yeah, you're intrigued to know more about those guys. Well, next episode, episode 9, Solitary. So, we can...
it's going to be Jin, isn't it? Is that something going to be Jin?
Jin. It could be Jin, you think? Could be Jin? How about you, Tom? Who do you think?
I'm just going to say... I can say Hurley, because, you know, when Charlie was talking to him earlier, he said, you know, he gets it a lot, people being mean to him, so maybe Solitary means, you know, he was on his own and no one wanted to be his friend.
Aww.
That's my guess.
I guess you'll have to wait till next episode to find out. So hopefully we'll be back quicker. We will try not to take another gap like we have in these last few episodes. Thank you everybody for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Remember, if you've enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. Tell us some of your favourite bits of this episode. Please don't put any spoilers in there because we do read all of these comments. It's not going to affect me. It's going to affect Jez and Tom. So, you know, let's let them enjoy the show. If you want to come and chat with us about TV shows, games, all that kind of fun stuff, there is a link in the description to our Discord server. Come over, chat with us there. We've been chatting a lot about Wheel of Time recently, a little bit about Angel. Tom's been educating some people on Arcane. So come along and join in for that as well. You can also head over to allmaverick.com where you can check out our videos, our news, our blogs, our podcasts, all that stuff. And if you are a video gamer, Tuesdays and Thursday evenings, 9 PM British time, you can head over to twitch.tv/allmavericklive where we are streaming some of our favourite games. We've just tonight finished playing It Takes Two. It was good fun.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And you can check out some of the highlights actually on the channel. So why not check out the highlights? And if you think those look fun, come along and see us live. Whew. Right.
Well done.
All right, guys.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, everybody, and we will see you on the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.
Bye.